been a long time, guys. Been quite busy lately, but got a little bit of time today. Wanted to go through a quick maintenance that we're doing for another new customer out in the same neighborhood as my last video. But I just want to show y'all this attic real quick. This is a very spacious attic. You walk in from over there, all this space up in here. All this space. My boss's company, or my boss's dad's company, did these installs back in 2007. Haven't really had much issue, the homeowner says, with the systems at all. But his dad's company is no longer really doing stuff, so we're taking over a good amount of their work. And evap coil on the one side isn't half bad, but I think if I can orientate the camera real quick, I can show you guys a little bit of the stuff on the other side. Let's see if we can get this up in here real quick. Is it bad, y'all? I'll have to check the camera after the fact. Oh, come on, I gotta get it. There we go. How bad is it? Because from where I'm looking, I feel like I can see a lot of dust, but let's check this camera and see what I can find. Alright, so this unit is the 1.5 tons that pretty much just does this little upstairs area. But you can follow this return. I don't like how that is right there, but it's not too terrible. Follow the return. Keep following the return. Looks like it goes around that way. Let's see if we can find it. Ow! Hit my head on some piping. Oh. Man, I got my booties on. Can't mess up the carpet. Alright, the return comes right here. So let's see. Why this Eva? She said she barely uses this upstairs, but it's getting a crap ton of dust. I mean, that looks more like drywall than anything. Yeah. I mean, not terrible. Let's put this back together. Spray down that coil as much as I can. I'm pretty sure for me to really clean that incoming side, I'm gonna have to, I'd have to pull this coil out. And I don't really have that much room because the line set goes down a chase right there, so I don't want to, move this back and end up kinking anything. So I'm just going to spray what I can with this little cleaner and some water real quick, and hopefully that can do a little bit of work. Alright, I was able to get a little bit of the stuff that was starting to grow on this side off. And all I have in here is just the Viper coil cleaner with the evap coil cleaner with some water, and then literally just water just to rinse it off with. But onto the blower motor side, let's make sure this capacitor is fine. It's rated for 10 microfarads. Let's see what we're getting. Within 5% of allowance. My stupid self is in volts AC and not microfarads. My bad. There. And there we got 7. That's definitely low. I think she'll be okay if we replace that, so we're going to talk to her about that. But just in case, I'm going to put this back. Let's see if we can inspect the blower wheel from right here. Fan blades don't look too bad. I'll definitely make her aware of it. Kind of just doing this as an overview right now so we can know what we may have to come back and work on. I've already ohmed out the heat strips as well. Heat strips still got continuity. So for all in all, for how old this isn't I've seen worse. Then again, they're on rental properties, but I've seen a lot worse. What is this? Yep, 2007. Anybody else can seeing old stuff like this still running? I mean, granted, a lot of my rental properties are stuff from around this time or older, but I don't know too many homeowners with stuff this old. All right, guys, not changing out the capacitor on this one, unfortunately. And that just because the homeowner pretty much said that this unit, again, covers a bathroom, one bathroom and one bedroom. She said barely ever gets used. So when she gets to the point where it doesn't work, then she'll address it. But to save myself the trouble, I also checked the Rheem furnace down here. It's got a 15 microfarad capacitor. It's reading 14.1. I'm gonna let that slide. All this in the way, not gonna go ahead and take this apart and spray that coil either. It's been rocking this long from 2007 and just keep rocking that long. So time to go outside, double check the outdoor capacitors and check the compressors, get whatever mulch and stuff is at the bottom of them, get those out, and hopefully this thing will be rocking and rolling better than when I arrived. Oh, and the fan motor, I did let her know about cleaning it. She bypassed on that one. Same thing with that one, but that one's actually cleaner, surprisingly, and that one's the one that covers the downstairs, and that has to run more, so I'm surprised that that's not more dirty than this one. She said this unit pretty much only runs like maybe a total of a month out of the year. When her kids and grandkids come by, she'll be upstairs in this spot. So I don't know, but it's getting hot up in here. Just looking at both of these. Not too much I'm gonna have to get up out of the middle of these. Let's go ahead and get this going. Where's a spigot? Please let there be a spigot nearby. For the love of God. These rich fancy houses ain't got no spigots. You expect me to clean something without no spigot. Oh, cool. There's one right there. Alright, just got done checking out the capacitors for both of these systems. That one's a 30 plus 5 reading 28.5. That one's a 5510 reading 56 9.8. So both of these are fine. Got them all cleaned up. Coil's looking a lot better. Condenser itself is just looking a lot better on both sides. But I was noticing on the 1.5-ton heat pump, oh man, not the Vito, Austin. I mean, everything in the pocket is gonna be gosh darn out of place. 1.5 tons. What was that one? That one is the downstairs. It controls pretty much 3.5 ton. The 3.5 ton, everything still seems to be wired, as far as like the safety switches and everything. However, on the 1.5 tons, someone has bypassed already the high pressure switch, and I wonder why. I mean, I don't know if somebody bypassed it, you know, in 2009, and then later that same year in 2010, somebody actually cleaned the condenser, and then it was fine. You know what? I wonder if the switch is even still good. Let's check that. Let's check and see if the switch itself was just bad and someone just, you know, like it's just stuck open. I'm curious to see. I mean, it's not wired up right now, so I'm not going to wire it back, but I at least want to test the component to see if it's really bad. Alright, so I trimmed a little bit of the wires back. Got the meter off. Let's set it to on, or to ohms. Yo, I'm dropping the ball on everything today, my gosh. But it does have continuity through it. So the switch is fine. I just wonder why somebody disconnected it. What were those Pure Air boys doing? I'm gonna have to ask my boss. I wonder if my boss did this one when he was younger. So Cut this off. I'll still leave it how it was when we got here. I'll let the customer know about it, but hey, it's still been running this long. Doesn't make it right though. Doesn't make it right. Temperature outside is about 79, 80. So we got about a 10-degree split across the coil. Especially these things are definitely already dry too, because those subs are so big and left up under it. That's on the 3.5 ton. Let's check the 1.5 ton. I'll post the screenshots for that one right now, just to show what the delta T was for that. Wow. The thermostat for that one is reading significantly lower. I mean, granted, it's on the first floor, so it's supposed to. I think the return right now is about 79 there, and then upstairs for this one, it's at 83. I flipped the thermostat to cool mode. Her thermostat was set to 87. So she really doesn't use this upstairs one that much at all. But yeah, looking more like a. I'm not a fan of this split right now. Let's see what happens here. I might end up putting my gauges on this one. I'm gonna go double check the delta T first. Let's go double check the delta T. It's reading 78. Okay. Alright, well, that's what's going in there. What's coming out? 68. I think I'll put my gauges on this 1.5 ton unit. Alright, so I got my equipment put on here. Low side, high side, got the clamps on. As you can see, line's not sweating. No, I'm not saying it should be beer can cold, but you should at least see it sweating. And it's not even sweating, right here at the compressor. So here's a screenshot of the pressures that I got. As you can tell, I got low subcoolants, really get fairly high superheat, and I know the system is running on a TXV because I saw it up in the evaporator coil. Let's see if we can find out what the pressures should be. New coolant chart. Outdoor ambient, it's almost 80 degrees. Wait a minute. Vapor pressure. Oh, okay. Thought I was working on the wrong. 80. I'm in like the 70s. 73, 76. That should be about. That should be in the 190s. I don't think I'm there, so I'm gonna go talk to a customer about having to add refrigerant and or adding a sealant as well. Well, she was not very pleased with knowing that this system is going to need some refrigerant. I don't know exactly what the last company was doing. I don't know how long it's been without refrigerant or it's needed some. Could just be a slow leak. Not sure, but I told her exactly what we could do, what we'd recommend, which for something of this age, I don't think it'd need probably more than like 2 pounds, 2 or 3 at most. I mean, the subcool wasn't off by that much. I mean, the pressures weren't off by that much. The subcool was fairly off. But she just said she's not worried about this system because it's one that's rarely ever used. So when it becomes a nuisance, then she'll address it. Which I also told her if we wait too long to add refrigerant and a sealant, obviously we may have to add more refrigerant to it. So I don't know how long she's going to try to keep this thing pushing and chugging along, but we'll know when she gives us a call. So how would you guys address this kind of situation with a customer? I mean, normally I have to address it with like a tenant and just say, hey, we got to get approval for something like this, and then you know, come back, gas it up, add the sealant, boom, bada bing, pow, we're done. But, you know, I can't force this customer. You can't force a customer to pay money to do some things. So I feel bad. I mean, I'm just happy that at least she has some type of cooled air, because again, the 3.5 ton for the downstairs works just fine. But the upstairs, that's rarely ever used, that is having an issue. So this panel out real quick. But that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Where's Jacob when you need him for the words of wisdom? If you guys like the content, please drop a like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and if you enjoyed the video. And I will try to stay as consistent as possible, or at least get on some type of schedule with recording. But I'm gonna go in here, get this payment, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.